हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम बैक टू वावेस। वेलकम टू द डिस्कशन ऑन द डेली एमसीक्यू। आज है 16 जून 2021 और अब हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं आज के 5 करंट अफेयर बेस्ड एमसीक्यूज। सो लेट्स बिगिन। लेट अस फर्स्ट डिस्कस द क्वेश्चन दैट वाज आस्क्ड यस्टरडे। द क्वेश्चन वाज which organization releases the logistic performance index. The logistic performance index is released by World Bank, and some of you have given the correct answer as well. It was Divya Vasisht who is the first person to give the correct answer. Afterwards it was Tanshri, and afterwards it was Shubham Basak. So all these three have given the correct answer. Now let's start with the discussion. So this logistic performance index, if you see, this is released by World Bank. This is released by World Bank. It's a biennial report. That means it is released once in every 2 years. The previous report was in 2018 and India's rank was 44. India's rank was 44, right? This logistic performance index, which is developed by the World Bank Group, actually it is an interactive benchmarking tool which is created to help countries to identify challenges and opportunities. It's very important to identify these things so that the country can develop their trade, because the logistics sector is something that will enhance the trade or that will actually help to increase or that will degrade the trade. Logistics is that much important for the trade and transportation, for transportation of trade in fact, right? So that's the thing about this logistic performance index. Now let's begin. So just a small thing, guys, we are providing the questions and their solutions in the PDF format. You can just download it from our Telegram channel, which we will be uploading every day. So there is no need for you to write the questions and the solutions separately for your revision, right? Now let's start with the first question. The first question is, 8th schedule of the Constitution of India deals with A. Allocation of seats for the states and union territories in Rajya Sabha, B. Official languages, C. Anti-defection law, D. The power, authority and responsibility of the panchayats. So here we have to choose the correct answer. So allocation of seats of the states and UTs in Rajya Sabha, this is actually the 4th schedule. The official languages is the 8th schedule. So anti-defection law is 10th schedule, and the power, authority and responsibility of panchayats, it is 11th schedule. So it's B. The official languages is the correct answer. So recently why this was in news is that there is a demand from the Tulu speaking states, Karnataka and Kerala, because the southern Karnataka and the northern part of Kerala, the Kasaragod district, they are the Tulu speaking regions, and they are demanding for inclusion of Tulu in the 8th schedule, because under the national educational policy, the teaching in the primary education, the primary mode will be in the local language, and the local language will be taught. So the Tulu speaking states, the Tulu speaking regions want Tulu to be included in that, right? So that's where this was the news. And yeah, now let's move on to the next question. The second question: consider the following statements related to UN Convention to Combat Desertification, UNCCD. First one, it's the sole legally binding international agreement linking environment and development to sustainable land management. Second one, the Ministry of Rural Development is the nodal ministry for the convention. So here we have to choose the correct answer. A 1 only, B 2 only, C both 1 and 2, and D neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is, if you see, the first statement is right, because this is the sole legal binding agreement internationally. But the second statement is wrong, because normally such things will be dealt by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So the second statement is wrong. So A 1 only is the correct answer, right? Now we'll see some more information about this. So why this UNCCD was in news is that recently Prime Minister Narendra Modi gave a keynote address at the UN high-level dialogue on desertification, land degradation and drought. So even the Prime Minister acknowledged that India has taken the lead to highlight land degradation issues at international forums, and the Delhi Declaration of 2019. In 2019, the summit of UNCCD happened in India. Then a declaration was declared, which is known as the Delhi Declaration, and this actually called for better access and stewardship over land, and emphasized the gender sensitive land transformation project. This UNCCD was established in 1994. Okay? And this is the important UN convention which talks about sustainable land management, because these are the days of climate change, and the land degradation is one of the major problems across the globe. So this UNCCD will fight against this land degradation, and India signed this UNCCD convention on October 14, 1994, and ratified in December 1996. And as I told already, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change is the nodal ministry for this convention. Now, the next question, the third question, consider the following statements. First one, electrocoagulation uses electric charge to remove total suspended solids TSS, heavy bacteria and other contaminants from the water by forming aggregates. The second one, electroflotation is the separation of suspended particles from water using hydrogen, oxygen bubbles generated by passing electricity through water. So here we have to give the correct answer. A 1 only, B 2 only, C both 1 and 2, and D neither 1 nor 2. So if you see here, the correct answer is C both 1 and 2, because both are nothing but the definitions only, relative definitions only. So electrocoagulation is nothing but use of electric charge to remove all the solids, the heavy solids, heavy metals, bacteria and other contaminants. And electroflotation is nothing but separation of suspended particles from water using hydrogen and oxygen when electricity is passed through it. And in electrocoagulation, if you see, it uses electric charge for changing the particle surface. It will use electric charge for changing the particle surface, and this will allow the suspended matter to form the aggregate, and this will be removed very easily, right? So why this was in news is because recently a low and medium scale enterprise in automobile, here it is given. Recently a new affordable electric field assisted membrane separation device was developed by Dr. Chirabji Bhattacharjee, who is a professor at the Chemical Engineering Department in Jadavpur University. He has developed a new method to remove all the waste from the water. Especially this will help the automobile, food and other sectors where the water which they use will become toxic after their usage. Okay, so this is developed in support with the Advanced Manufacturing Technique program of the Department of Science and Technology of India. Okay, and after that I've given here the definitions. You can just go through it because we have already discussed it. It will help you in memorizing it. Now let's move on to the next question. The Tigray region, sometimes seen in the news, is located in Tigray region: A. Sudan, B. Kenya, C. Ethiopia and D. Yemen. We have to choose the correct answer, and the correct answer is C. Ethiopia. So now we will see the region, the Tigray region. So here you can see this is Horn of Africa, right? In the Horn of Africa, this is Ethiopia, and this is the Tigray region. Here you can see, and this Ethiopia is surrounded by Somalia, Djibouti, Eritrea, Sudan, South Sudan and Kenya. These are the countries that are surrounding this Ethiopia. Okay? So here in the north of Ethiopia you have this Tigray region, which is a pretty unstable region. That's why this was in news. So here you have the Gulf of Aden, and here you have the Yemen and the Red Sea, right? Now we will see why this was in news. So there is a conflict between the Ethiopian government and the ruling party of the Tigray region, and this has now blown up into a full-scale crisis in the Horn of Africa. Thousands of people are fleeing the Tigray region, and because there is a chance of famine in this Tigray region, so that's why this was in news. So this Tigray, as we have seen already, it's the northernmost part of the Ethiopia, and the ethnic group accounts for 6% of Ethiopian population, the ethnic Tigray population, and they have had an outsized influence in the national affairs, right? So now currently this region, the Tigray region, is facing a lot of atrocities and urgent problems. People are facing this problem of hunger and starvation, and this is expected to grow into a full-scale migration crisis in the north of Africa because of the famines and other things. Now let's move on to the next question, the last question of the day. Recently, our scientists have discovered a new species, Pyrostria lalji, the first record of genus Pyrostria in India. Tree is distinguished by a long stem with a whitish coat on trunk and oblongate ovate leaves with a cuneate base. In which part of India it has been discovered? So this is the description of that tree, and you have to tell me, you have to tell which region this tree was discovered. A. Andaman, B. Michael Hills, C. Tropical rainforest of Northeast, and D. Shivalik. So the correct answer is A. Andaman Islands. So recently, a 15-meter tall tree that belongs to the genus of coffee family was found in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands by a team of researchers from India and the Philippines. Okay? And this new species, Pyrostria lalji, is the first record of the genus Pyrostria in India. Okay, so it belongs to this family Pyrostria, which is the first kind in India. Till now we haven't found it. The plant belongs to genus Pyrostria. They are usually found in Madagascar, but recently it was discovered in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and it's a great achievement for the scientist also. The tree is distinguished by a long stem with a whitish coating on the trunk and oblong obovate leaves with a cuneate base, and was first reported in South Andaman's Vandoor forest. And according to the IUCN, the status is critically endangered. The status is critically endangered, right? Now let's see the question of the day. The question of the day is, where is the headquarters of New Development Bank located? New Development Bank headquarters. So do comment your answer in the comment box. Tomorrow we will discuss this question, and also tell me all about this New Development. Tell me everything you know about this New Development Bank in the comment box. Tomorrow we will discuss in detail about this New Development Bank, right? So guys, these are our initiatives: Vision PT 365 summary, prelims test series summary, Vision magazine, and Vision mains test series. So we are providing these summaries to ensure that your preparation becomes easy. Already the examination process is a very stressed process. So we want to ensure that things becomes easy for you, so that you can revise things multiple times, because as the competition is increasing, you have to revise things multiple times to store things in a much better way in your brain, right? So that's it for the day. I'll see you again tomorrow with 5 more MCQs. Till then, keep studying and stay tuned. Jai Hind.